it's interesting because going through that timeline, you start to identify how the stress built up. So then you can reverse engineer that and start going, I need space. Now, that's a
Mhm.
loaded question. What does that look like for you or somebody else? But that timeline then opens you up to, okay, well, I see how the problem came into my being or my stress or the perspective I carry.
Mhm.
Now,
Ooh,
what
I
is
like that.
the inverse of that? What would give me the space, the time to reverse engineer, to make sense of, to look at it with my adult mind now? I had a lot of stuff happen when I was younger, and clearly you did too, that it was like, I didn't look at that correctly. I didn't have the perspective I have now. So it was like being able to know, all right, I got to go back through and I got to start reframing what this means to me, reparenting myself, so to speak, and providing context that I defined. I don't know if I want to say wrong, because to your point, I don't really regret it. I went through it for a reason, but it was not serving me anymore. How I define those situations. And that dictated my day to day actions and habits and what I was willing to do for myself. Because that self worth, I think, is huge. Is
Yeah.
like, I literally was not going to do certain things for myself because all this other stuff mattered more.
Yeah.
And making that space, oh man, that's a very difficult thing for many of us.
It is. I mean, my space right now is in my pool. That's like the only place right now. And my sweetie will come out and I'll like catch like I'm getting out like done with the lap and I'll see like a shadow to the right of me and he's like standing on the side of the pool watching me swim. I'm like, will you give me one place where I have some solitude? Because you're driving me crazy. When we first hooked up like a decade ago, I have my infrared sauna and I'm in there. I'm in my sauna, I'm listening to my woo woo music. And he would open the door. He's like, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, you are going to make me lose my marbles. So when we have people that bring stress into our world, we have to figure out ways. How do we approach that? How do we communicate with people that come into our lives and into our spaces where we're like, hey, this is a boundary that you have to absolutely respect, because if I don't get this time, whether it be meditation or swimming or yoga or whatever the hell it is, if I don't get this, I am going to suck for the rest of the day. And it might even be for the rest of the month at the rate you're going, buddy. What can we do? I mean, it's nuts.
It is, but like you're right. And I think first
Thank
off,
you.
there's nothing we can avoid not setting the boundary. Now, how we do it, we can do that a lot of different ways, right?
Mhm.
We can bring in help. There's a lot of strategies, but we can't avoid it. So first and foremost, we got to accept that of like, all right, we got to figure out how to give ourselves space, and how do I get that message across to my partner or my family or my boss or insert whoever it is.
Right.
But that has to happen. Once you do, I don't think you need to have a plan for the space, meaning this. So many people were like, well, what will I do if I sit there and meditate or take time for myself? Or what will I journal about? Or why would I go spend time and eat lunch by myself? You don't need to have a specific reason other than the fact you just need to make some alone time and some space. And no person needs a reason for that. You don't need to justify your alone time or your space.